The trip to Mexico actually started at a supermarket in Riverside, California, where I took a bus all the way down to the CBX border crossing. It was about $62 for a round-trip ticket. The CBX border crossing is a special bridge that you can take that goes directly into the Tijuana airport. The cost is $30 for a round-trip ticket. The advantage is that there's not many people that use the bridge, and so it's a lot faster than a traditional border crossing in Tijuana that can often take hours. In this part here, I'm in what's called no man's land. It's a tiny sliver of space between the US and the Mexico side where you're actually going over the wall. And at the end of this bridge is the border, which is marked by a tiny little plaque.
And here's the border, right there. And you cross here. If you're a foreigner, you have to have a passport. If you're like me, you just show your voter card.
For this trip, I used Interjet. The round-trip ticket was $150. I like Interjet because they have more legroom than Volaris, which is usually a bit cheaper than Interjet. And I like Interjet because they still give you soda and chips as a snack halfway through your flight. Since you already did your immigration at Tijuana, you arrive in Benito Juarez. That is what they call the Mexico airport. As a local flight, it makes for a lot faster exit. Upon arrival, I proceeded to walk down to the other side of the airport where there was a bus station. The bus station is on the second story of the airport. In this bus station, there are all sorts of buses going north. I decided on taking a Primera Plus bus to go to Queretaro. They leave about every 2 hours. The cost was 425 pesos, which is about $20 US. Before boarding an express bus in Mexico, they usually give you a treat, depending on how long you are going. In this case, they gave me a juice, a sandwich, and some cookies. The bus is really nice. They have seats that fully recline on the bus. There were even touchscreen TVs that have movies and music. The bus also had Wi-Fi, but it only worked with Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Although my phone plan has an international roaming plan, so I was able to surf the internet on my phone. Querétaro is Mexico's 7th largest city in Mexico, and used to be primarily an agricultural and mining state, but is now becoming more of a manufacturing state. So, as you come into the city, there are lots of factories popping up. The bus station at Querétaro is very big and modern, and you can find buses going almost everywhere in Mexico. I used it to buy my continuing bus ticket.
So I'm here at the bus station at Querétaro. I just arrived and I bought a ticket for 405 pesos to go to Pachuca this afternoon. So right now I'm going to go to the plaza in Querétaro, see it, look around, have some lunch, and then get on another bus.
The city center starts once you cross underneath the aqueducts. It is what I would call a traditional colonial town built by Spaniards, but instead of one main zocalo, there are zigzag streets with several smaller plazas. This plaza is called the Mirador, which means viewpoint. At this point, the streets are cobblestone, and so, unfortunately, the video gets a little bit bumpy.
And here in Querétaro, in the state of Querétaro, at the Governor's Palace. And we're gonna go inside and see what we can find. Looks like they're getting ready to celebrate the Day of the Dead here. This has got to be one of the cleanest cities that I've ever seen in all of Mexico. There are trash cans everywhere, and nobody throws anything on the streets here. Beautiful plaza by the governor's, lots of nice flowers, very beautiful.
After I visited the governor's palace, I went to the conspirator's house, where the story goes that in 1810, while playing cards, the conspirators came up with the idea of creating Mexico, which didn't go too well because somebody found out about the plot and they were all jailed. But Mexico did gain independence in 1824, and of course the rest is history.
Yep, there are.
Querétaro has many wonderful alleyways and streets in which you can find all sorts of things to look at, to buy, and to even eat.
I'm at the Museum of the Zacatecas, which is a museum dedicated to life in the 1800s through the 1900s. And so we'll see how much it costs and what's it all about. So we're in the living room. So this house is named the Zacatecana house because there was a family from Zacatecas who lived here, and they're slowly telling us a story on videos that I can't record. That clock in the background there is from the 1700s and was built in England. This is all collection. Here's a history of the world written in the 1800s. Very detailed. We are in the bedroom hallway called the Bedroom of the Crosses, which you can see here. Historically, this bedroom is important, this hallway is important because this guy right here, Miguel Miramon, was a general for Mexico and defended the Emperor Maximilian, was embalmed here after he was shot. According to the story, what's going on is in this room over here is where the homeowner, the Zacatano, I guess you could call him, lived. Beautiful room, lots of fine wood, and it's kind of weird because over there is where the wife slept. They did not sleep in the same bedroom, and so the story goes that this woman over here didn't like her husband because her husband was always gone. And so, because her husband was gone, had some kind of relationship with one of her servants. And then she killed both the servant and her husband. And then his business partners found out about it. And they came in through this window over here. And they stabbed her on that bed. And they drug her body out and dumped it in the plaza. So they're saying that the ghost of this lady, the Zacatana, nobody knows her name, is haunting this place. It's 12 o'clock in the clock room. It reminds me of Back to the Future, the beginning of it. Got a German clock, English clock, all sorts of clocks. Very elaborate here. The business room here where people conduct business, and this goes up to the view towers. I'll squeeze my way in here to this view tower up here. See what we can see from the top of the tower. I like those conversational chairs. Can't move your outfit, just move the chairs. I saw those in the Yucatan too, but these are more intimate versions of those type of chairs. So you can face whoever you're talking to. Nice edged mirror, really big. Some interesting Mayan sculptures here, just kind of crammed into this corner. Shame, they're really nice pieces, which are to be original too. I like this doll. I don't see many Mayan dolls. Very interesting. They're really getting ready for the Day of the Dead here. I climbed up the hill to the Plaza de los Iglesia de los Cupolas, the couple, the Archway Church, which is also used to be a monastery, and I got this big the International Fair of Scene Art, and there's the church, which used to be a monastery. I'm gonna go see if I can look inside. Hey, check it out, it's a statue of Juniper Serra from California. Guess I wasn't the only tourist here. I'm in a side chapel here of the Couples Church. Looks like there's the Virgin Mary beam toward there. I'm gonna walk over here to the main chapel. Beautiful gold leaf columns.
My time in Queretaro was short, but after all that walking I decided to go to a little restaurant called El Tocino and had some comida corrida. Comida corrida is a one-price set menu. In this case, it costs 65 pesos, about $3, and it has two parts. For the starter, I had a choice between soup or pasta, and for the second part, I had a choice between 6 different menu items. I chose beef in salsa, and it came with beans, rice, tortillas, and a big jar of tamarindo juice. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and follow along as I learn more about North America's capitals, a series dedicated to visiting all the capitals of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Thank you, and keep watching.